I'm just going to go over some basic theory for anyone who needs help. Sorry if I cough or wheeze or anything weird like that. For some reason, that's just going on with me today. But we're going to get through it. So let's just start off. We're going to start with how to read the actual notes on the staff. So the staff here is the lines and spaces that are put together to make this rectangle looking thing. So in treble clef, that's treble, the spaces from bottom to top will go F-A-C-E, face equals space. So what that means is if you ever see a note that's in this space, the second space, it's always going to be A. Or if you see a note in this space, then it's always going to be E. The musical alphabet only goes up to G. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So when you get to G, it's just going to loop back to A. So you don't have to worry about these changing or anything. In treble clef, this is always going to be what letters are presented here. Now for the lines, I learned every good boy does fine. And like I said, the notes, if it's on there, it's not going to change. So if a note's on this line, it's going to be E. Or if a note's on this third line, it's always going to be B. It doesn't change. This is kind of like your little cheat sheet, your key. If you ever need to know what a note is, you can either see if it's on a space and then go, okay, is it F, A, C, or E? Or if a note's on a line, you can say, okay, is it on E, G, B, D, or F? Or if you want to think of it numerically, you could think, is it on the first space, the second space, or the third one, or the fourth? And which one corresponds with that? Or you could say, this note is on a line, but which line? It's on the third line. The third part of that acronym is boy, so it's B. It's good to have this written down in case you want to double check your notes or convert. It's definitely best to use it first to translate the note and then apply it to whatever you're playing. And then eventually, as time goes by, you'll get used to knowing what each space is by yourself or what each line is by itself. And this is for treble clef, so that's important. We go over to bass clef, and that's your lower key. Well, it's just the notes there are usually really low. So if you want to think about it this way, the notes in bass clef are 2 notes higher than the ones in treble clef. And what I mean by that is, you see that in treble clef, this line is E. So if you were to go up 2 letters from that, so F and then G, that's what becomes this line over here for bass clef. Everything's shifted over by 2 letters. The acronym for bass clef is all cows eat grass. That's for your spaces. And then I learned good boys do fine always for the lines. And as you may have noticed, there is a bit of overlap between the first space and the last line. See how F is in this space, but F is also up here. A is over here, but it's also up here. This just means as you're going further up the instrument, and it just lands on a different space. If you're starting on F down here and you go up, you are going to run into F up here. It's okay. It doesn't change anything that you saw before. This is still F. This is still F. This is still A. This is still A. It's all good. Everything here is set. That's how it's going to be. And like I said, if you practice reading it that way with your little cheat sheet here, then you'll eventually get used to figuring out what that is. So right here, I had a little test that I was showing someone. This note is on the second line, the first one. This note's on the second line, or it's supposed to be. And this note's on the first space. So if you're seeing this, you'd say, okay, this note's on the second line, and it's in treble clef because it has a treble clef symbol. So you'd go over here. All right, what's the note for the second line? It's G. So that means that note is G. This second note, it's in the first space in treble clef. So that means it is F for bass equals space. So that's how you read the notes on your staff